part of a bunch of group who were throwing objects at police, shooting fireworks. Police, unfortunately, were not able to positively identify some of the individuals because they were shooting from behind a crowd, projectiles at officers. Were you able to arrest anybody in that crash? Yeah, we have a few different mobile field force groups going right now. I've learned of one arrest for a person that used some sort of aerosol device and lit a match, like a flamethrower, improvised flamethrower, a homemade one, and that person was arrested for that charge. The specific charge I don't know. I know that there were several other people who were detained and cited for failing to disperse off the roadway, so that was traffic citations. So that's all I know at this time. Now, a dispersal order was given, and I have to join the other group right now, but we're in the process of dealing with the group that was given a lack of dispersal order, and if they fail to disperse the people that were here on Main, they have now, I believe, gone to one of the nearby streets, which I need to catch up to the group, but if they fail to disperse, they can be lawfully arrested because they failed to obey the dispersal order.
Thank you, Captain Chief.
Yeah, it's Stephen Ruiz.
What's up, folks? Cheers to ya. Happy Monday, 7/7/25. Always crazy shit going on. All right. If ever in your life, this is the time. Excuse me. B says she's cooking. I bet she's always cooking. I bet you B does some fun stuff in the kitchen. I'm sorry, B. I don't know what my problem is lately. Like a fucking teenager over here. So, it seems as though that, and I'm not surprised. I mean, come on. I'm not surprised that, like, I've went over this scenario before with freshman congressmen, right? Congressmen, congresswomen. Like, for the most part, even though maybe most of them, a huge majority maybe have came from, at least middle class backgrounds, right? Maybe some upper middle class and whatever, right? Like, there's probably very few candidates that get elected that really came from tough backgrounds. Not saying that it doesn't happen or that it's just super rare. It's just the majority are folks that at least have some opportunities, whatever color or sex they are. But I think that, with Kash Patel, with all these wild fucking cabinet picks, right? People who are just completely unqualified. I would expect that they would be more partisan or susceptible to following suit and, going along with the crowd, blah, 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 right? The crowd being President Trump if you're in his administration. But I have to wonder about it's not like anybody thought Kash Patel was a bright person. Like, education clearly had, for the longest time, I thought, hey, man, anybody that goes through 4 years of university, they're at least, because it's not like you're just fucking only studying in your major, right? Like, there's core classes and you're meeting all kinds of people from all over the country, at least, if not from other parts of the world. And so it just astounds me that he could have got into this position. And it really feels to me like he is shocked that Trump, there's videos of Trump fucking minors or whatever, Like, he didn't know how to fucking handle it. Right? Like, I'm talking about Kash Patel's interview with Joe Rogan, which I only watched a few minutes of, but so it's very fucking strange. I mean, there's no, like, I don't know, you guys. I am really, for the first time, these last couple weeks, for the very first time, I am unsure about just how informed or knowledgeable Trump is about how things work. And of course there's never any, it's like anything in life. Nothing major gets done by yourself, right? Or by one person. Clearly he has, I mean, we've all fucking seen the bonkers fucking legal counsel that Trump has had over the years, but regardless, he still has some very, very bright, experienced people that are working for him in that manner. And, to be honest with you, I haven't heard, I don't know how, other than this, what is it, Howard Lutnick or the fucking douchebag that was just had his confirmation hearings for a federal judgeship. It's like they you know what I mean? Have any of you guys thought about this? Does it strike you weird that like we hear nothing from the vice president's fucking office or team, none of really very little from Trump's legal team overall or the White House legal team? It's really it's scary. And I mean, and it's not like it's a huge news flash. We knew that he would have just as corrupt people in place in this term, but far more controlled and attentive and low key, right? B says, I watched the entire interview. They, official holders, only show you who you want to see. Reality always right behind them. Yeah, exactly, B. And I'll just, if I can elaborate on what B said, it's not just Republican Party bullshit, right? Like, I'm not saying there's anybody, like, we've seen the corruption, and I hope that's the extent of it from the Democrats, right? With fucking Menendez and, or whatever, Bob Menendez and fuck, I don't know. There's been another one or two fucking corrupt Democrat politicians recently. Get them out of there. And, I felt uncomfortable for a while after hammering down on, or, continuing to, I don't feel like I'm defending myself. I was going to say, I don't feel like I'm defending myself or have to. And I guess, I don't think I am necessarily defending myself, though I'm a part of, I guess, the general liberal consensus that, and so I am defending the general liberal view that, oh, I forgot. God damn it. I lost my thought. Anyways, I was thinking about the classified documents that Biden had in his garage, and we can't fucking have that shit, right? But no one I know, and none of you folks that hang out here, any of you libs, everybody, you guys are always on top of it, right? Like, it's with Andrew Cuomo or, Bob Menendez or whatever fucked up left politician we have. We're not, most of us are on top of it pretty quick and just immediately calling the shit out. There's just no excuses, right? So, but it seems on the right, there's a lot more fucking hypocrisy, and the hypocrites are defending or trying to cover up, defend a much more disgusting, sinister, criminal fucking sect, as far as I'm concerned. James, what's up, mother brother? Good to see you in the house. Wish I could strum and tap at the same time. Chow time, come and get it. So anyways, there's that bullshit. Whatever the fuck we were just talking about, the fucking hypocrisy. I don't know, I totally lost my thought there. It kind of pisses me off because I had something good going on. I'm sure of it. That's all right. It's on the shelf. It's on the back burner somewheres. I may recall. I may regain my thought before the stream ends, or I may not. But for sure, we had Pam Bondi. She's some sort of legal Trump official. I don't know, maybe AG. Is that it? Yeah. I don't know. I swear I seen her in a Playboy magazine. But anyways. Maybe it was a cheap X-hamster click by accidental click. So, I don't know, has she ever worked with Stormy Daniels? Anyways, Pam Bondi said that there is for sure video, not of Trump, I guess, but all kinds of Epstein video, and I've heard, and this is sketchy, and I hope that, so Ghislaine Maxwell could still, if I don't know what she's waiting for, like she should be doing a tell all, because I thought if she has fucking dirt on Trump, like really good dirt, and if anybody did, it would probably be her. If she does, then, like for the last several months, I thought, well, for sure Trump will fucking pardon her, right? But there's probably Trump being, he's a president, and it's an official kind of governmental pardon. He probably couldn't force her to an NDA and it would not because of obviously what she would know about his time as a president necessarily, but personally. And so he probably, right? He just would not be able to say, okay, I'll pardon you, but you can't say a goddamn thing about anything you know about me in our personal life together, whatever, right? So, and of course I would not be all right with that. I was hoping that Trump pardoning her would be a clear sign of him trying to cover his own ass, right? Because there's no reason to pardon someone like Maxwell. So if he doesn't, though, and again, there's probably no way for her, unless it just probably would not be even though the president, he's completely immune from any sort of criminal accountability, right? So even if it was like a legal NDA in a civil matter, and she was signing this knowing that it was because he was going to pardon her in a public matter, that he would, even if there would be no way to hide that information, I wouldn't think, and then, from everybody anyways, and so it wouldn't matter if it came out. But the thing is would she care regardless? Because the time it would take for a lawsuit if she broke that NDA, and or now, is he going most likely now to keep her, not pardon her, right? So she might as well do a tell-all. I don't know what she's fucking waiting for. I mean, I doubt she believes in a God or a Christian God or anything like that. I mean, if she thought for a second she was going to hell, she'd be spilling the beans, I would hope, right? But, I mean, her chances of getting out, to me, are better than they were when she went in. But, I don't know. I think it's completely up in the air. So anyways, continuing on, Cash Patel goes on Joe Rogan and says there is no videos. And I don't know exactly what videos they're speaking of. Just, I'm guessing a lot of different video clips of Epstein hanging out with teenage girls, underage girls. I don't know. I don't want to see. I didn't look at a goddamn clip. I will say, I only seen one like still shot or short video clip from the Hunter laptop supposedly, and I kept telling like Mighty and some folks a couple years ago, I'm like, so it was Hunter in bed, right, doing meth in front of the laptop, the camera or whatever, and he had his whoever it was on the other side of the bed, and I thought it was Lady Gaga. I swear to God, I wasn't like ripping on her. I was just like, wow, he was fucking Lady Gaga and she was smoking meth. But I guess it wasn't her. So anyways, I'm not interested in seeing any of that shit. And yeah. I haven't even looked it up to see if there was like that Epstein was in possession of like child porn, or if it was just all stuff, if there was actual images of him in the act with these kids. So I don't know, but for sure, you guys, as fucked up as Epstein was, if he had video footage, he just had it wasn't like there was cameras set up on a tripod, right? He had cameras all over his fucking pedo island. And I don't know if Trump was at the pedo island where Trump was hooking up with these kids that Epstein was making possible. But wherever it was, I'm assuming that Epstein had cameras all set. And I honestly don't know why. But I guess to say, maybe if Epstein had that kind of evidence, he would have been he would have been able to get out of his jail sentence. I mean, he could have just waited until Biden lost the election, right? And then forced Trump to pardon him. Or just, like, I don't know. It's very twisted and fucked up, and there's no doubt Trump is a part of that shit. James says, if Maxwell says anything now, it's too late. Maggots and Trump and the weaponized justice system. Yeah, but, right, James, I mean, it may not do any good criminally, right? But with it, you don't, I mean, I'm asking you honestly, brother, because I don't know. I'm only one person, dude, you know. You don't think that her words would, just her story would carry any weight? Do I think it? But James, do I think it would make any difference to the magnets? The maggots? Of course not, brother. Absolutely not. I don't think it would, but I think it needs to be out there. I mean, I don't know. And when we say maggots, are there still people that are just like find Trump disgusting but support his policies? That shit needs to be changed. Like, I brought up fucking Bert's stupid fucking gash. He's like, oh, I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for closed borders and whatever the fuck else it was. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You can't distinguish between the two. That you just don't get to do that. You don't get to say, look at how well this fucking rapist has managed this or that or whatever better than anybody in any sort of historical writings that we still have. It doesn't fucking matter, right? Like you can't look at this rapist cured cancer. It doesn't fucking matter that he cured cancer, right? That's what I'm getting at. That's what disgusts me about the fucking so-called, there is no such thing. I think most of us said probably starting 2 years ago, there is no fence riding. There's no fence anymore. If you want to sit there and say, oh, I'm even if it isn't like just full-blown both sidesism, you want to say, well, look, because I can sit here and admit and do almost every fucking stream lately that there's a bunch of fucking corruption on the left. Okay? But it's not fucking burning down our Constitution, staging a coup, raping women, defrauding the people of them, the American citizens, fucking witness tampering, a whole goddamn GOP crime syndicate nationwide. That's not happening. That's not happening on the left. Yeah, Steph just nails it. Steph says her cousin likes Trump because he's not a Democrat. How fucking disgusting is that? I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting. I register as an independent, and I call myself as an independent, but clearly you guys know I am a liberal. I just hate the labels. I think it doesn't help at all. Like, I've only heard one good reason why we would want to register or label ourselves, put ourselves in the box of a party, is for funding. And Putin brought that up. It's like, look, Troy, you get fucking a lot more collaboration and stronger funding and support monetarily and all that, and organization. You have all those fucking strengths the bigger you are. And I get that. But at the end of the day, are we not voting on policy, even if it's only the best of the policy groups that we have to get to choose from, not like the ultimate policy across the board? I mean, has there ever been such a thing? And so that doesn't matter. It's, yeah, I lean left and probably, honestly, like, if we weren't dealing with just trying to fucking hold on to our own asses right now, I would be, you guys would probably see a lot more or hear a lot more farther left liberal policy ideas, concepts than I spew now, just because, well, fuck, we should never stop fucking moving on and moving up, right? So if we could get our shit together, there's a lot more work we could do beyond where we just want to try and get to, where we were. It's fucking disgusting. The Biden administration was just so fucking hard, and I wanted to say a mess and a disaster, and then explain to you guys what I mean by that. All they did was play catch up, and they did it like nobody has ever fucking done. Can you imagine Biden and Harris coming in without all that fucking COVID bullshit and economy bullshit that they had to deal with, and doing what they did, holy fuck. And that's what I mean. It was, they didn't even, and they had to know it, you guys. They had to know it was going to take the full fucking 4 years to get right back to ground zero, but better than where we were at the end of 2019, not just through 2020, but at the end of 2019, because we seen it coming. What Trump was, his policies or lack thereof or understanding was starting to do, right? And of course, Trump just couldn't come in and fucking leave well enough alone and take credit for what they did. He could have just took credit for the work that Harris and Biden did, where they didn't receive any credit because we had such a fucking large hole to crawl out of that it's very hard to look at the Biden administration and go, well, at the beginning of it, this is where we were, and at the end of it, this is where we were. But the beginning of it was a complete fucking landslide shit show around the world, right? And it never slowed us down. We didn't grow in those 4 years. Well, some folks may say we did. And there were high prices on gas and groceries and everything, right? But the jobs market was out of control high. Salaries, hourly wages were up. Consumer spending never slowed. And all that shit's changed, and that's the difference. Trump could have just fucking came in and left shit alone, and he could have took credit for it. And it's like, I never thought about it until more recently. Like, it's 4-year cycles, and it takes a long fucking time. It's like it's going to be another get through this administration. Hopefully we have a good run in 2028. And then you're talking 2032 to hopefully see us back to where we were last fucking year. Steph, why are you moving your message? She started to go live earlier, but I feel bad for her. I wish she would simplify things. I mean, she's smarter than I am when it comes to, because she knows how to work on a Mac, right? But I feel like she's fucking around with a lot of bullshit, or I don't know if she's using refurbished stuff, or no, maybe she told me her laptop that she just got was brandy new. I don't know. I wish you would go to HP and just Microsoft or whatever. Yeah, I feel bad for her. She was so excited about going live, and she went live twice tonight for a few minutes, but she must have been having issues. It pissed me off. I wish I could help her out. I mean, again, she deals with Macintosh computers, and I wish I was brilliant enough. They're more expensive, but they're way, way more durable. They're just not as user friendly, I guess. And I don't know what I forget what the difference is. It's just like a more kind of sterile operating system, maybe. I'm a very visual learner, so. But they're far more resilient and durable, I do believe. Yeah, she did. I know she went live at least one stream stuff earlier. She said I finally found it, what I was looking for. What's up, mother brother? Good to see you. All right. I was just wondering how that sounded. Not great. Not great. I don't know. It has too much mid range in it, or not enough. I don't know. It's a cheesy ass pickup. All right. I was just wondering how that sounded. Oh, there we go. Now I got to listen to myself. Not great. Shut up. Shut up. Oh. High speed grapefruit. I wish I could remember Nelson's favorite fucking song ever. Not just from me, but like Nelson's favorite song ever. High speed grapefruit. High speed grapefruit. High speed grapefruit in the juicer. I can't remember that now. Is that I had that? I still had that video up on one of my other channels. I've had I don't know. I think I've had YouTube take like 3, which isn't much, honestly. I think I've had them take 3 of my channels for copyright for streaming CNN. Thankfully, this is my oldest channel. This is my first channel. I can't believe it survived it because I've did CNN streams on here too. Not as much, but yeah, it pisses me off they nixed that channel, and I didn't have that video on my computer. Not that it was great, but it was funny. High speed grapefruit. It was like fucking middle of the night chatting or something, and I'm like, God damn it, Nels. And I went live for like 2 minutes and yeah, Nell says I don't really have a favorite song I can pinpoint. Yeah, that's really tough for me too. Like, you know, quite a few years ago, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, I was finally able to settle on my top 3 favorite bands, but it's very tough. I mean, the first one's easy, Led Zeppelin, and then I say the Beatles, and then Nirvana. But like Nirvana and Slayer are very, very close, and then like Bon Scott era AC/DC, right? So it gets really muddy, and then it's impossible to find. Um, yeah, I don't know if I could. It'd probably be very hard for me to pick out a favorite song. Um, if I did, my guess is it'd be a Led Zepp tune. I don't know though. Wes, what's up, brother? James, did you see? I'm doing that. I got that fucking countdown clock on my other computer. So when I'm sitting there yapping with you guys in that chat, I can't just throw up a fucking video clip or something, because this old computer won't handle. I don't even have a monitor hooked up to it. I hooked up the monitor, turned it on, got that stream going, took the monitor back off because I'm limited to on this one. But Mayor Bass was downtown and started getting, not shitty. She just went right up. They had fucking ICE agents on horseback. Like, the fucking horses were in armor, you guys. Did you see that? Let me fucking find that shit. It's fucking crazy. I can bring it up now, god damn it. But that shit's crazy. So, and then she did a presser a little while after that.
Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask.
Limu,
Only
Emu,
pay
and
what you
Doug.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date to keep things on track. I create custom statuses to organize my progress exactly how I want. I like to add the action
There we
items
go.
so AI can show me the next steps.
Oh, look at that. My fucking picture. Look at that. TV's all screwy. Woo! Oops. So this is Mayor Bass. I don't know what ICE was doing down there exactly. But she went to confront them and told them to get the fuck out. Okay, there is audio. Sorry. Let me see if I can get my crooked ass straight. I can't. Did I do it? I did. Oops. All right, I seen this, so I'm gonna let you guys view it while I go check out the facilities.
to display.
Is this on? Yeah.
One question.
Mayor Bass, can we talk to you really quick? Channel 7?
What are you doing to protect journalists? All the journalists have been shot, arrested, disappeared. I'm scared to come out and do my job. But what are you doing personally to protect journalists? What are you personally doing to protect journalists?
Aaron Bass, what are you gonna do?
I'm sorry, excuse me.
You need to back up for a second.
Are you down by the Bearcat there? The white vehicle? We can walk that way.
She's trying to get a briefing.
All right. He's getting ready to depart. We're going to walk that way and we'll catch him.
I tried to get the Zero app. The Zero's in the next part. We're like a block away. We're following them. Mayor Bass, can you at least explain your purpose for being not here?
What is the city of LA doing for immigrants? ¿Qué está haciendo la ciudad de Los Ángeles por los inmigrantes? Es la pregunta que le hacemos.
Getting ready to leave? Okay, please, can you leave ASAP? What is the mission?
All right, I'm going to move this up to, she really doesn't talk on camera. I'm going to move this up to where she does, and then that's kind of the gist of it. Hopefully you can hear. I know the volume's low.
Yes, my comment is they need to leave, and they need to leave right now. They need to leave because this is
You can't have this.
All right, so she said about the ICE agents, they need to leave, and they need to leave right now. So let's I'm going to grab her presser after that. And I didn't watch that other than a few seconds of it, and she did say that they left immediately after that because that stream ended. Oh, for fuck's sake, there it is.
We've got these varicose veins all over your legs here.
Sorry, the fucking volume levels for these feeds are always so fucking different. Oh, look at that. It's still live. Oh, no, maybe it isn't. All right, whatever. All right, so I haven't heard all this, but we'll just play that part. I think it's pretty quick. Yeah, just a few minutes. We'll just play Mayor Bass's comments.
Good afternoon. Today, I was on my way to the press conference with the governor talking about the 6-month anniversary of the fires of the natural disaster, the worst in California's recent history, and to report on the progress. While I was on the way, though, I got alerted that there was a ICE operation, military intervention, who knows, at MacArthur Park. I turned around, we went to the park. I could see a helicopter in the air. I think it was a black.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that she had. I figured this was like at least planned, that she heard that there's a raid down there and she was gonna go down there and confront him. I didn't know that she was on her way someplace else and said, "Fuck this, we're going back there."
Hawk helicopter, and I saw military tanks. It was the Custom and Border Patrol, and it might have been military on the periphery. To me, this is another example of the administration ratcheting up chaos by deploying what looked like a military operation in an American city. So I went to MacArthur Park because it is very important that the truth be told about what happened there. Now, you can spin it any way you like, but in my opinion, it's a political agenda of provoking fear and terror. Frankly, it is outrageous and un-American that we have federal armed vehicles in our parks when nothing is going on in the parks. It's outrageous and un-American that the federal government seized our state's National Guard. It's outrageous and un-American that we have U.S. Marines who are trained to kill foreign soldiers overseas deployed in our American city. So here's the
Now, I didn't expect to break this down, but this is what's good about doing this shit. Did you hear what she said? We have soldiers that are trained to kill foreign enemies overseas. And I always bring up Mighty, but he's such a good conversationalist. Me and him were speaking about that. It's like federal, like active duty military do not have the training for civilian crowd control or unrest, rioting, however you want to describe. Maybe the way we train our military here in America may be conducive to crowd control and rioting in some countries where there's a really fucked up form of government, right? But that's not how we do shit here. That's not how we've ever done shit here. And they don't have the training for it. Like she said, I think that it's really, honestly, an incredible point. And I'll tell you, if we could interview some of these active duty military, even these Marines that were, obviously they didn't really have much of a role. As far as I know, I haven't heard any stories of Marines being involved in, fucked up shit or, because of the protests and stuff in LA a few weeks ago. I think that if you were able to interview these folks, rather that, even if that hadn't happened, but have it had, but not, even if that it didn't, they would be like, it's a whole fucking different story, right? And I haven't ever been in law enforcement or in the fucking military, but I don't think it's that difficult to understand if you just, a little common sense, and especially if you've lived in this country at least a couple decades or so, if you're in your 30s, 40s, you kind of understand the difference, right, between civil and military enforcement. These people, our military is trained to neutralize enemy combatants. I mean, I would not doubt if my comment there is very close to the fucking official definition. Right? They are trained to neutralize enemy combatants. Neutralize. That has nothing to fucking do with civil crowd control, right? Maintaining civil law and order, right? That's, and thankfully, and only because most of these folks who are in the military, born here, raised, or spent, even if they weren't born here, raised here, if they weren't, raised here, have lived as an American, a proud American, dedicated American, a patriot for a very long time, right? I don't think we'd ever be able to get a good consensus. I know I'm blabbering now. I seen Mayor Bass staring at me like, shut up, TV. I don't think we'd ever, anybody, a journalist, the greatest, would ever be able to get a consensus for a very, very long time on how our active military, how our enlisted feel about all this, rather they and why, because there's it's made up of Americans, and so you can bet that the military is just as divided politically and in their quiet minds, and I say that quiet minds because they're enlisted, and I've never, honestly, I certainly don't know anyone personally, right, that came out of military service completely disillusioned or discontented, disgruntled with the way the whole system works, right? No matter what. And I have a lot of my friends after, you know, the George Bush Sr., they went to war, or they enlisted, right, during that time, 90, 91, at 20, 21 years old. And so I have I don't know, a good handful of fucking very close friends that I went to school with, grew up with, that we were all part of our little group, right, that served during that time in the Army. Then I have my son and my aunt who served in the Navy and still work for the government. And so none of them have ever been like, you know, we're doing fucked up shit, right? Or would I guess specifically my aunt and my son are the only ones that I've spoken to, and I'll tell you, the friends that I have are for sure Trump supporters, even though I haven't like talked to them on social media in a few years because, you know, the shit, I don't know, whatever, man. It's heartbreaking because you know these kids. I say kids because it's like we fucking grew up together. There's no change in what I know of who they are, and so it's perplexing. But you know, certainly with my aunt and my son, and I've told you guys this before, they won't fucking, as far as they're concerned, there ain't ever going to be a fucking enlisted soldier that's going to train their gun on an American citizen on our shores. You know what I mean? Because of civil issues. I don't know how, if this recent deployment of the Marines proved my aunt and my kid wrong. Did they train their guns on civilians? Not exactly like that. Like I said before I got started on this rant, that there was no incidents that I'm aware of with the Marines during the protest, but for fuck's sake, I know you guys, I have a full fucking bucket. Should we listen to Karen Bass? The rest of it doesn't matter.
Truth. There's no plan other than fear, chaos, and politics. Home Depot one day, a car wash the next, armed vehicles, and what looked like mounted military units in a park the next day. What happened to the criminals, the drug dealers, the violent individuals who were in the park today were children. It was their summer camp, their summer day camp. Those kids now have no activities this afternoon. They have to stay inside. They were ushered inside so that they didn't get exposed to the troops that were walking in formation across their playground area. We did not want the children to be aware that it was ICE. Although I do have to tell you that I went and I spoke to an 8-year-old. I never let on what was going on upstairs, but did this 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE? Did the 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE taking his parents and he didn't think it was good to take people away? So understand that that 8-year-old knows enough of what's going on that he's already traumatized in anticipation. And I don't know if he had a sixth sense or not to know that they were upstairs. But I think it's pretty dramatic that a child said to me that he was fearful of ICE. So what I saw in the park today looked like a city under siege, under armed occupation. And I have to tell you, spending many years traveling into conflict areas, you know, it's the way a city looks before a coup. The administration is continuing what I have framed as an all-out assault, a military assault on our city, Custom and Border Patrol randomly driving through the streets, snatching people. That is when they're identified. It's Custom and Border Patrol, but we know sometimes they're not identified, so we don't know who they are. Well, I just think it's important that we continue to tell the truth to the American people. There was no protest. There was no disorder that required that. MacArthur Park, we've been working on, the mayor's office and the councilwoman here, Councilwoman Hernandez, have been working on to improve conditions in that park for the last couple of years. And I just want to say, do we have the ability to show this? Because I did want, the world needs to see the troop formation on horses walking through the park. In search of what? In search of what? They are walking through the area where the children play. The children had to be ushered off. What you see is them in a skirmish line with the horses walking through. I do not believe that anyone was detained. Maybe they were. But then again, I don't think the goal is to detain. I think the goal is to spread fear.
Bingo. She's almost done, but that's exactly it. I was sitting here taking notes so I could fucking go on about this shit because it's disgusting. And I'll tell you, from someone who's never been west of the Mississippi, you know, and I don't pretend at all to get what it's like for any of you other Americans, my fellow Americans that are in what would be a pretty completely different place than the Midwest, you know. And I say, like, you know, LA or New York or the far South, even though I am familiar with the far South.
I think that's what it is. It's to terrorize Angelenos. It's to say to immigrants that are in our city of immigrants that they need to stay home. They shouldn't go to work. They shouldn't go to school because we're coming after you. Let me just acknowledge the organizations behind me. SALAF, the Salvadorian American Leadership and Educational Fund. CHIRLA.
Okay, so that was about it for her. Look, and I think it's important. This is the bullshit. This is where it really gets disgusting, you guys. And again, you know, I kind of like relate it to those folks that are like, you know, I'm voting for this, who are actually at least, and I can accept it and completely have faith in what they are telling me, that is what is true in their heart when they say, I voted for the policies, not this fucking idiot. And though you guys know, like I said earlier, and I don't want to go on about it again, you can't separate. You can say these are good policies, and yeah, and that's basically what these folks are saying is, look, I voted for the policies. I didn't vote for the person. And that's how I think I've said that. That's why I think we should be, why I've said maybe we shouldn't be able to register as anything but a legal voting citizen, right? No Republican, Democrat, for that reason. Because ultimately that's how we all vote anyway, is on policy. It just so happens that one party or the other, support or, tout the policies we hold most valuable. So, but you can't do that. You can't just, it's not a good enough excuse. It's not an excuse at all, right? To say, well, I'm voting for the policies, not for the fucking rapist, not for the guy that tried to overthrow my ability to vote for fucking policies. Because that's bullshit, fucking denial. That's right. We know that. So with this immigration thing, so it gets very difficult, especially with something like what is going on there still in LA, to say, look, this is purely fucking, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of Mayor Bass. I'm just not. But that's one of the best pieces I've ever seen from her, because she called it out. And you know what? You see how calm she is? And I don't even understand how she's able to do it, because clearly I can't even stay calm because it's so frustrating. She had to fucking call it out, and she did. And she has absolutely no fucking evidence or ground. Well, I don't know about grounds. She has no evidence to back up her claim that it's pure fear. That's all they are doing. And she's just right on, you guys. I mean, it's been a little while since I've been so fucking worked up about a specific issue, but that's exactly what Trump is doing there. And I took notes while she was talking, because I want to say that I don't pretend to understand what it's like out there, but being in West Michigan where I am, and you guys are more than welcome to fucking check my dumb ass. We have been nothing but migrant workers up here my whole life, 55 years, right? Whether it's greenhouses, fruit farms, blueberry fields. So we don't have day workers up here for migrant workers. If you're coming up this far, you already have a job lined up, a place to stay. For the most, it's always been like that, and I've known plenty that are not legal. That's not what I'm trying to get on about. It's that why I have not heard one of you folks say, as I haven't, that we just are completely okay. I'm completely okay with Trump doing whatever he has to stop, to get to a zero where there is not one motherfucking person coming across the border illegally. Period. I don't think anybody has a problem with that. Why would we? Why would we? Because no matter what, and yeah, and you guys have heard me, I don't consider myself a bleeding heart, but probably more so than most of you. And not that I say that in a braggadocious way or a bad, as a knock on you guys. I'm someone who doesn't, it gets muddy and it's a tough fucking thing to work out, right? But like, we didn't choose to be born where we were born. We didn't fucking choose to fucking be born here in America. Our parents didn't, if our parents were born here. But regardless, we didn't choose to be born here any more than that woman in Darfur chose to be fucking born on the desert floor there. Do you get what I'm saying? Christ was not, and I'm not a religious fella, but Christ was not about fucking borders and flags. That's insane. And I only bring that up because it's like, that's what you guys know as well as I do, the folks on the right, tout their fucking self-righteous bullshit. Anyways, none of us are opposed to having controlled immigration. I haven't heard or talked about any time recently like the path to citizenship, right? The Dreamers, is that what it is? DACA. Let's just stop. Let Trump do whatever the fuck he has to outside of any sort of human rights violations to stop. And we could do it. Why not? Whatever. Stop every fucking, nook and cranny hole where folks are getting across the border illegally. And let's stop deporting folks at the same time, and then take all the fucking resources that we would have available then that we're now not going to be terrorizing fucking communities, and put them into fucking investigations and start weeding out the whatever gang members are there. But I tell you what, do we really have to go into fucking what are, for the most part, just everyday average communities in LA to fucking find one or two fucking people that may or may not be associated with a fucking gang? Why not just go down to the fucking gang areas in the cities? Why not do that? Why aren't you doing that, Trump? Every fucking night, I'll bet you in some of the fucking neighborhoods in LA, you can fucking drive by and find fucking 30 fucking hoods or Crips standing outside in the yard in their white wife beaters, right? Let's go fucking round up some fucking 40-year-old fella working who's fucking picking. Them fucking gang members ain't out there fucking picking vegetables, motherfucker. I'm just gonna guess. I'm guessing that they ain't out there picking vegetables during the day and then fucking slinging crack or robbing folks at night. Jesus Christ. Do you hear me? Yeah, I agree, Bill. Bill, I don't know how you feel about her. She's, I don't agree, but I do take the position that I don't understand what it's like. And, and I don't ignore folks like Tide because he lives down there in like San Diego with you, right, brother? So I know you guys aren't in LA, but there's clearly a homeless problem, and it's not just in LA, but there's clearly a homeless problem that I think has not, without a doubt, it's not what I think. It's clear that no matter what party you have in power at whatever level, local, state, federal, it's not being resolved. And so do I hang some of the blame for that on Democrats? Of course. But we're a democracy, and so that makes it tough, though. I would never use that as an excuse. I hope nobody would. That's like, but you got to get enough Republicans on board or you got to get enough Democrats on board to do this. Well, you don't have to, and it sucks that when you have to push policy through and it's split just like the budget bill we just seen signed, right? Literally half of our fucking elected officials did not want it. Literally half. This much less than fucking half. So I get that it's hard. I mean, I don't pretend to think that, like, if we just had fucking, like California, for instance, if we could do an experiment there, they got the funding. They lean very far right, state and federally. So if we could, and I don't know how, I mean, obviously there's still a lot of Republican voters down there. And, I don't know what the percentage of Republican elected officials there are, like in the state of California, like at the local level. But I don't pretend to think that if you just had an 85% blue local government, 85% blue state government, and then a blue federal government, we could leave the federal government out of the equation for a minute, that it would all be great. Because, look, social programs, there is abuse or fraud that and I'm not saying from our government officials, but people taking advantage of programs that people like us who give a fuck vote for to get set up, and when they get set up, they get a certain percentage of those programs get taken advantage of. I get that. But there's not even an argument to be made or thought of to be brought up, right? Like, you should be embarrassed to bring up that, well, we can't have any of that sort of fucking funding, or we have, like, how does slashing the amount of, like, if you have $500 million that's going into some sort of social programs across the country, how is cutting that amount in half deal with the fraud that happens within those programs, right? And I know you guys get this. I'm not trying to talk down to you. It's just so I think when they're dealing with homeless and immigration and upsetting communities, and I say homeless, I bring that in because you see what was happening there. It was, I don't know if Mayor Bass actually specifically said this. For sure she said that it was a fear tactic, but I don't think that it was, and I think that she had more of this in mind as well, that it was a fear tactic not just against folks that might be out there illegally. It was a fucking fear tactic against the community, against the homeless. Like, this is not a place to hang out. For fuck's sake. And what the goal would be to be chasing off parents and their kids out there in the park, I don't know, but I digress. Levi, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Levi says, removing all history at the Pentagon if it's a woman, Jews, blacks, gays. Right. Yeah, exactly. I feel you. You know, it's so weird, too, Levi. You know, I bring up my aunt a lot, but I love her. She's only 5 years older than me. We grew up together. She did 21 years in the Navy. She retired as a chief petty officer on a flagship, which is a pretty big fucking deal. So she was second in command, I think she said, under the rear admiral. And then she went on to be the head of communications for George W. Bush for 2 years. I know that's a hard, like, I get chuds will be like, yeah, that's crazy, TV. You're full of fucking shit. I'm not full of shit. She was the only female leader of her group. I could go on and on about some fucking crazy shit she did in her career. But she always traveled with Dick Cheney, she said. I don't know how she did it. But she was a Republican. And she's been married to her wife for I don't know how many years now. They've been together for a very long time. Probably almost as long. Yeah, I'll bet you. Me and my wife have been married for over 30 years now. And I think my aunt and her wife have been together for longer than that. Though they didn't get married until Trump was elected in 2017. Yeah, 2016. Because she wrote all of us, and it's like, we're going to get married while we still can, you know, because it looked like Trump was going to win, or maybe he had won and they went to get married before he actually was inaugurated. I don't know. But, yeah, it's a fucking complete, it's just an attack on it's an attack on the last 100 years of our social progression, right? I think, pat myself on the back there, Levi. I think that's a good way to describe it. It's an attack on every worthy progression we have made socially in the last 100 years in this country. Civil rights, women's rights, religious rights, kids' rights, child labor laws, that sort of thing. Levi goes on to say people are going to die from illness at Alcatraz. It's humid, there's mosquitoes, and porta potties, which will most likely be dumped wherever the lazy ass who has to dump them dumps them. That's all that's in the cells. Like I'm not a huge fan of that kind of shit, but like I've seen a few documentaries, I don't know, probably several years ago now. Like people just walking through it and how badly beat. Like, have they already been renovating the place for different? I mean, it was a goddamn mess. They shut it down just because it was falling apart, and it was not a secure prison. But what's the other one, Bill? You may know, or Levi, you might know too. There's a goddamn floating fucking jailhouse out there off. Sorry, wrong coast. I just watched some doc about this fucking huge ass 180 person jail. It's a barge that was built for New York City, and it was only used for, I don't know, 8 years or something, and I don't know. Fucking crazy. Sorry, wrong coast. That's funny. Yeah, Levi says, I think Alcatraz was a distraction from something else that's going on. I don't know about that. I mean, that's not, I'm not trying to beat up on you. Because I think about that too. Like, holy fuck, like Elon says that Trump is on the fucking Epstein list, and then the next day the ICE protests fucking kick off. Like Trump, let's not pretend it doesn't happen. We've seen it happen with the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers. Though there really wasn't much, like, just people terrorizing, is what I was getting at, is that, Trump's crew went in after Elon made those statements, and Trump's crew, or Trump was behind, the tensions that instantly fired up with the ICE protests a couple weeks ago. But still, I would say that Trump just is a madman, and he just spews shit that is automatically a distraction because it's fantastical. You know what I mean? Half the shit he says is fantastical. Darlene, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. B says she looks Mexican, might have had something to do with the border crossing. B, my dad was like, as far as I know, he was 100% Dutch. Like both sets of my great grandparents on my dad's side came over when they were kids. And how they all met over here, I don't know. I only know my grandma's grandparents, or my grandma's parents' name. So my grandparents on my grandma's side, my dad's side, right? What about my dad's grandparents? Their last name was Klein. He was a monster of a man. I never met my dad's parents, and I never met my dad's grandparents. parents on his dad's side, and I never met my dad's dad. He passed when my dad was like 15. But so they were all Dutch, though. But my dad would tan like a motherfucker. He looked more native, though, because he had dark hair. He had black hair and big fat fucking nose like I do. But, man, he would get fucking nice and bronze and brown. Bill says that's Donald's family involved in the concentration camps, but he's playing it as a favor to DeSantis. Is Trump kissing DeSantis' ass still for some stupid reason? I haven't heard much from him other than recently he just like making gold and silver legal currency or some bullshit. Oh, B, I don't know if I knew that about you, B. You're Dutch? Dark complexion, my dad and grandpa, too. Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, well, my dad was the middle kid. He had a younger brother who was, I don't know, a fucking giant, and an older sister who was a fucking giant. Might have been as tall as my dad, if not tall. I'm taller than my dad. But they were my dad's brother and sister are both light haired. I don't know. I know my dad's brother is blue eyed. I don't know about my aunt. My dad had brown eyes. He was dark haired, black hair, brown eyes. I got light hair, blue eyes. Yeah, that's funny, B. Because you just think, you know, it's a fucking Aryan or whatever. Am I getting that right? Aryan European fucking peoples, right? I just never would think of anybody in that area of Europe being, you know, not like white, like, fuck, I don't know, the Swiss or something, right? Like Mrs. V is Swedish and Cherokee, but she tans well too because of the Cherokee blood, I guess. But yeah, I mean, fucking white Western Europe, right? Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Austria. Darlene says Holland State Park is known for its sugar sand beaches, beautiful sunsets, and views of the Big Red Lighthouse. That's where I was born, Darlene. Holland, Michigan. We actually have a one of the old windmills there from the old country that was brought over, I don't know, in the late 1800s, I think it was, and reassembled. People don't, me and Abear went around about this a couple weeks ago, like Lake Michigan, like on the west side, you can go, and I've been around it a couple times. On the west side of Lake Michigan, where I am, we have just absolutely fucking amazing beaches and dunes. I mean, you cannot, it's very, size-wise, sure, the California coast, but even so, that's on the fucking east side. You get what I'm saying? Like, so, or the sun setting, right? And again, the size of, or the sun setting, the beach being on the east side, right? Because otherwise it's rocky, right? Like on the east side of the lake, or the west side of the lake, I'm sorry, it's fucking rocky because because the storms move from west to east, right? But West Michigan, I mean, it's fucking gorgeous. It, like Darlene says, honestly, you know, like it makes me gag sometimes when you see like these fucking headlines or this fucking clickbait fucking title of amazing Michigan beaches, and they start out in Chicago. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that Chicago bullshit. Start at South Haven, Michigan, and work your way all the way up to the bridge where Darlene is, and you just it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I get that it's West Michigan and we're not New York City and we're not LA, but if you're a fucking nature lover, and we have 4 seasons here, man, like no other. Not that I'm into fucking skiing and shit, but Lake Michigan is amazing. Our side of Lake Michigan is just absolutely amazingly beautiful. I challenge anybody to prove me wrong. All right, so I've been working on some fucking country music. Did I tell y'all that? I got the air on up here. I think this thing started tightening up on me. Lying, cheating, hurting, that's all you seem to do. Running around every guy in town, putting me down for thinking I'm someone new. Don't care what you say, 'cause I'm gonna wait to stay. Gonna make you pay for that great big hole in my heart. Watch out, woman. Gumby's starting to get in my way. Double wide quick stop, midnight T-top, jacked in the Cherry Coke town. Mama and Daddy put the roots right here, 'cause this is where the town broke down. Yellow dog school bus, kicking up the red dust, picking us up by the barbed wire fence. MTV on the RCA, no AC in the vans. Jesus save me, blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park, quick stop, faded little map doc, New York to LA. Still not comfortable with all those lyrics. Blue jean baby, or Jesus save me, blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park, truck stop, fade a little mad doc, New York to LA. We were teenage dreaming, front seat leaning, baby come give me a kiss. Put me on the cover of a, put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down on American Kids. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown. Such a mouthful, holy fuck. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down on American Kids. Put me on the cover of the uptown. Put me on the cover of the Rolling Stone, uptown, down on American Kids. Growing up in little pink houses, making. I don't know, man. Double wide, quick stop, midnight T-top, Jack in a cherry coke town. Mama and daddy put the roots right here, 'cause this is where the car broke down. Yellow dog school bus, kicking up the red dust, picking us up by the barbed wire fence. MTV on the RCA, no AC in the vents. And we were, Jesus save me, blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park, truck stop, faded little map dot. I can't believe it. That's about one of the best country tunes ever. Thanks, Darlene. You're all right, sister. Cheers to you. Don't be going overboard. You know, I can't. It's hard to discourage folks to fucking show their love, but I appreciate you. I do. Thank you so much. I promise to use that for more guitar strings or vodka. Jay says the key of G. It's E minor, G, C, and D. Yeah, and then that chorus is G, G, D, E minor, C. I don't know, Jay. I can do the well. You hear me falsetto in that pre-chorus. I can straight out sing the verses. Double wide quick stop, faded, double wide quick stop, quick. God damn it! Now maybe I can. Double wide quick stop, midnight T-top, Jack in her cherry coke town. Mama and daddy put the roots right here, 'cause this is where the car broke down. Yellow dog school bus, kicking up red dust, picking us up by the See what I told you guys the other night? I can't fucking sing without my guitar as a security blanket. I can falsetto that pre-chorus. I can't do the chorus at all. I don't know why, and I can't falsetto that third line of the pre-chorus because it's just too fucking high. I mean, maybe I could if I quit smoking and keep rehearsing. I have no idea how this fucking sounds, you guys. A double wide quick stop, midnight T-top, Jack in her cherry coke town. Mama and daddy put the roots right here, 'cause this is where the car broke down. Yellow dog school bus, kicking up the red dust, picking us up by the barbed wire fence. MTV on the RCA, no AC in the vents. Jesus save me, blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park trucks, god damn it, I keep grabbing that fucking wrong chord. Blue Jesus saved me, a blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park truck stop, fatal little map docks, New York to LA. We were teenage dreaming, front seat leaning, baby come give me a kiss. Put me on the cover of a Rolling Stone, uptown, down on American Kid. Growing up in little pink houses, making out on living room couches, blowing that smoke on a Saturday night. A little mixed up, but we're all alright. Hey. That one's tough too. It's not that high, it's just odd. Growing up in little pink houses, making out on living room couches, blowing that smoke on a Saturday night. A little mixed up, but we're all alright. Hey. Baptist church parking lot, trying not to get caught. Take her home and give her your jacket. Making it to second base, saying you went all the way. Monday night noon. Baptist church parking lot, trying not to get caught. Take her home and give her your jacket. Saying, making it to second base, saying you went all the way. It's Monday afternoon at practice. Sister's got a boyfriend Daddy doesn't like. Let me try that again. Sister's got a boyfriend Daddy doesn't like. Sitting out back 30-30 in his lap underneath the blue. Sitting out back 30-30 in his lap underneath the blue bug zapper light. And we were Jesus save me, blue jean baby, born in the USA. Trailer park, holy shit, there's such a ton of lyrics. Yeah, I haven't really learned all the words real well yet. I get them mixed up. Trailer park truck stop, faded little map dock, New York to LA. I have to say it's actually a pretty goddamn cool country too. I don't even consider it country. It has a real jazzy kind of foundation. I don't know. Especially that fucking chorus. Growing up in little pink houses, making out. Jay says if you resolve to the root on the end of the long phrase, you won't lose the tone. Oh, I got you, brother. I think I got you. I'll have to try that. I'll try that in a minute. I'm going to have to go down and do a BRB in a second anyways. You know how much I appreciate you guys. Such a struggle for TV over here. I'm glad that... Glad I'm able to have that other fucking stream up going 24/7. Just so we all have a place to yappity bap 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 bap. CB all day yesterday, sister. It felt like fucking Monday. I'm serious. I'm like, God, this is so weird. Even though I don't like have some sort of fucking regular set schedule at any point, ever. God damn it, what's up? This shirt is making me look like my tits are fucking bigger than they are. Growing up in little pink houses. It's a fucking... I can't believe it. I'm a fucking dipshit. Kenny Chesney's cool, though. You know, that motherfucker shreds, though, too. Who was he banging for a while? Or should I don't mean to... If that sounded derogatory to women, then let me turn that around. Who was banging him for a while? That one actress. I don't know. Maybe he's done a couple of actresses, or maybe a couple of let me turn that around. Maybe a couple of actresses have done him. growing up in whatever fucking colored houses. It's a good goddamn song. The lyrics they're not like cheesy. They're just like, they're good. Like you can tell he borrowed from John Cougar Mellencamp. He borrowed from, there's another fucking song. I'm like, that's clearly a fucking reference to this other tune. I'll be right back. I'll have to delete this later, but. Hey! Double white quick stop, big nice cheese stop, yeah, get a pair of coke down. Mama and Daddy put the roots right here, but this is where the truck broke down. Bill belongs to us, picking up red dust, picking us up by the barbed wire fence. MTV on the RPA, no OC in the back. Baby, born in the USA. Northside baby, little mad dog, bingo to LA. We was teenage country, feeling big, in here. We on the road, going up, down, I'm there for kids. Roll it up, take it down. A little mixed up, but we're all right. Hey. Jay, do you see what I mean about that fucking tune though, brother? That fucking chorus, is that not like a fucking... Well, it's minor... Well, it's E minor and C, but it feels way more darker than that, don't it? It's got a total jazz feel. And that fucking lead is on a banjo. You probably figured that out, but... I mean, it don't sound real banjo-y, but it's twangy. Darlene says, I know TV's problem. He doesn't have a southern accent. I don't know. That might be part of it. Yeah, but I'm nasally and whiny and... I got a pickup. My wife hasn't left me and my dogs haven't died, but... Yeah, I know, Jay. I don't know how familiar you are with that tune before I started fucking ranting about it the last few days. I'm not I don't know, man. It's almost like a purposeful thing that I just can't. Fucking like Mrs. V has country on the radio lately. It kills me. In the truck, and it's like, fuck. I don't know, man. I can't stand the shit, most of it. I really, like, it doesn't even bother me. The worst, most boring ass fucking sobbing in your fucking beer tune doesn't bother me until I hear two more country tunes, no matter what they are afterwards. Then I'm like sick of this shit. But yeah, that's a fucking killer tune. I don't know, man. I like it. The lyrics are great. It's got a really good groove. It's funky. It's got a funky beat, and I can bug out to it. I'm going to light this regular cigarette here a second. I mean, it's definitely not like, it's weird because usually my shit, like anything I might claim, like I think I can do some Dylan, the vocals, some Tom Petty, right? But it's that, the verses on that tune, I think I could, especially if I work on it. It's not like I'm nailing it or nothing, but I don't know about the rest of it, man. I'm struggling with getting that fucking, we were blue jean, baby. I got to look up some more shit of his, though, too, because I think I just told you guys he's quite the shredder on guitar. I believe he is. Yeah, I believe it's Kenny Chesney that's, like, quite the fucking shredding guitar player for a country artist, like a frontman country artist, I guess. Did anybody tell me who he was doing for a while? What was that actress's name? Short, blonde-haired lady. She was really popular for a while. James says, TV, check out this Thanks, James. Always appreciate you, brother, and your shares. Fred, what up, mother brother? Fred says Roy Clark will blow you away. Well, of course he does. Roy Clark is Roy Clark. You think it, Fred, you think I didn't fucking cut my teeth on fucking hee-haw? Fred, you probably never seen my fucking video that I did with, there used to be a Chud streamer who would do Fox streams, and his channel name was Wile E. Coyote, and I did my own impersonation of what I thought it'd sound like, and he made himself a moderator with, God damn it, what was the name of that account, James? Speedy, with a squirrel? God damn it. Fred, I'll find it. Let me make a note. I did this fucking couple-minute video with, not Where, oh, Where Are You Tonight? What's the other one? I said to my love, something. God, I can't remember. I did 2 verses, but I made them up myself. She led another, and you were gone. I gotta find that shit. It's pretty fucking silly, but I fucking spent a bunch of time doing a green screen, stop motion squirrel next to me and sang along with it to some hee-haw shit. I'm a pickin' and Fred's a grinnin'. Yeah, I know I don't have it on this computer anymore. Usually, every once a year, I go through and clear out all the bullshit that I really don't necessarily need, and then any like classic stupid videos I make, I might burn to a DVD. Did you see that, Darlene? Did you see my Wile E. Coyote video before? Oh, is it up there, James? Oh, no, he was banned on Vina. Yeah, 11th. James, that's funny. Let me see if I can pull it up, brother. I have one of Mighty's Vina streams still. I have there it is. Yeah, check this out, James. This is classic shit. So I can't believe, I don't know how many different channels Mighty had to use for Vina. I don't think many, or if any, like, yeah, he has like 2,500 subs there. Hold on.
Commander-in-Chief. I urge my colleagues on both sides of the aisle, Madam Speaker, think of our republic, think of the Constitution.
So this was during the, this is 5 years ago. I don't have the exact date. But for any of you folks that don't know, like, the reason I'm streaming is because of Mighty. I'll just, for sure. I mean, it's something that, I mean, obviously, I'm a ham, I guess, if you want to say whatever. I love talking to people. I'm not sure how much I ever thought about streaming before coming to Vina's / Mighty streams, but so if you have any beef with me being a streamer, you can you can partly blame Mighty. So look at the shit he was doing. I mean, this was during the I'm guessing the second impeachment trial. It does say Trump impeachment vote, but as far as I know, Cheney did not vote in favor of impeaching Trump the first time. So
think of the oath that we all swore to protect and defend that Constitution and vote against these partisan, reckless, and dangerous articles of impeachment. I yield back.
Gentleman from California.
Madam Speaker, I'm proud to recognize the gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Levin, for 1 minute.
Gentleman's recognized for 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, today we proclaim that no person is above the law, not even the President of the United States. Donald J. Trump abused the power of his office and violated his oath of office by extorting a new and inexperienced president of a vulnerable foreign ally to dig up dirt on Mr. Trump's domestic political opponents. He then obstructed the Congress, this equal branch of our government, from undertaking our duty, outlined in the Constitution itself, to investigate and check these violations. Today, we do nothing more and nothing less than fulfill our duty to our country and to our Constitution. Mr. Trump has allowed foreign powers to interfere in our domestic affairs. He has endangered our national security and our democracy itself. For those reasons, we must impeach this president. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield back.
Gentleman from Georgia.
Madam Speaker, at this point, I have a yield for a unanimous consent request to the gentleman from Oregon.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I pose this resolution on impeachment and ask that my words be put in the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
Madam Speaker, I have unanimous consent request from the gentleman from South Carolina.
Gentleman's recognized.
Madam Speaker, I oppose these resolutions. I ask for my comments to be admitted into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I ask unanimous consent for the gentleman from Mississippi.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I oppose the articles of impeachment and like my comments be entered into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
I reserve.
Gentleman reserves. Gentleman from California.
Madam Speaker, reserve the balance of my time.
Who seeks recognition?
All right. Let me share that link with you guys just for the fuck of it. Again, I am shocked because any of you know that been around, even whether you fucking streamed shit like this or not, like YouTube doesn't, it's just surprising that it didn't get taken down. This is 5 years old because he was just playing stream at CNN, right? He quit because it got to be too difficult. And it's a fucking chore. Even doing what you've seen there, Mighty's fucking whole feed, his stream was fucking gorgeous. I mean, he had memes on the side. And though I was showing you a full screen with the chat, but still, he had fucking ticker underneath it. He had the window for the live feed. He had the frickin' banner at the top. His shit looked good. All those years ago. Mighty is a beauty. I don't know, like, I've never ever seen him in any other light but extremely humble. And I've stepped back and it's like I don't know. Because you guys know how it is, like, whether it's a name, a profile picture, both, just the how we place our words when we're just doing, you guys, I've always said, you guys have an advantage over me in a sense because you get to see my body language, you get to hear my voice inflection, you know what I mean? All the little stupid nuances that we don't pay attention to when we're sitting there yapping with someone in person, right? And I don't get that. I don't have that luxury. But as you guys have seen too, it doesn't stop me from just, good or bad, assuming different things about y'all. But I've just always assumed about Mighty that he's a humble motherfucker, even though he is not afraid to put out, I just feel like I'm a big mouth. Like I don't know. I always give myself, beat up on myself about being a big mouth, and I guess I am, but I think it's more because I don't have the vocabulary that a lot of you folks do, So it always means a lot to me that you hang out with me. Because I don't ever for a second pretend that I do this shit because I got something to teach some motherfuckers. I do this shit because you guys got some shit to teach me. Took a bow Then she turned to go. The Prince of Peace, he faced the gloom and walked the night alone. I'm telling you, if I ever get a mandolin, it'll be because I need to learn that tune. Queen of Life took her bow, then she turned to go. The Prince of Peace to his soul walked the night alone. Dance in the dark of I don't know. Man, Jay, what the fuck? Is it just this pickup? Like, it really doesn't sound, this guitar doesn't sound bad, like, literally acoustically, right? And I'm running it through my effects processor. I tried the other night, I spent a bunch of time trying to find one clean patch for this acoustic, and it has to be pretty boosted compared to my electric guitar, right? And it just does, it still sounds fucking muddy. I gotta listen to what you guys are hearing in a second. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just sounds fucking really hollow. The Queen of Life. Like, I can hear, like, I got the guitar coming back at me through the PA, so I can hear the effects on it, and it sounds pretty, like, bright, right? And acoustic-y in here right now, and it's kind of loud. Like I said, I got my PA speakers blasting behind me, but it's not coming through on the mix like that, or on the stream. And I don't know, it has to be something with, because I can plug my electric guitar in right now, and it'll have all the sound, you know, and it won't sound like that even if I hit a clean patch. It's killing me. I mean, it's a fucking cheap-ass clip-on pickup, but still. Sounds all right out here. Oh, move it closer to the neck. See, Jay, I was wondering, but like when you're doing a lead pickup, I'm moving it closer right now, brother. Your lead pickup is always near your bridge, right? All right, let's try it, dude. I got it right up there tight, dude. I see my friends coming, riding many miles. Friends, you get some silver, get a little gold. What did you bring me, my dear friend, to keep me from the gallows pole? What did you bring me, keep me from the gallows pole? silver. I couldn't get no gold. You know I am too damn poor. Keep me from the gallows pole. What did you bring me? Keep me from the gallows. Let me listen back to that stupid shit. Took a bow, then she I see my friends coming, riding many miles. Friends, you get some sick. Yeah, I don't know how much better. I don't know how much better that sounds. All right, I'm probably gonna fuck off. You guys can keep the conversation going. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Jay, it's a fucking, it's a pretty fat guitar. It's a Alvarez. Which isn't bad, right? A bad company. I mean, it's a big ass buck. I mean, it's pretty big. It's not like fucking Guild style big, but it's fat. And I get that the pickup is pretty fucking cheap, but I'm surprised that the pickup is. I think I'm just not getting it fucking dialed in. But I don't know. It doesn't sound real bad here in the studio. Even like I said, coming through the PA, and I'm not like bar level loud up here, but it's nice listening volume, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna find this other link for you guys that y'all already know about, and then I'm gonna fuck off and literally just beat the shit out of the guitar. Yeah, I need to EQ it. Well, I do have it going through the PA too, right, brother? But this 4-chan PA, I only have high and low, right? And then the effects, which is like delay, reverb, and the volume control for that. So, and the volume control for each. Or the volume control for that channel specifically. But yeah, it doesn't even have a mid-range on it. I mean, I can EQ it better through my streaming software, but then I start fucking with the mic because everything's coming through that. But, all right, here is Ratsy. What's up, sister? Love and miss you. Even though I yap at you every once in a while for a minute, it's good to see you. Yeah, so, yeah, I think most of you know. There's the link for the fucking 24-hour TV2 chat stream, all right? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I could probably fucking go on and on for hours, but maybe if I just fuck off and do some other shit, then I need to get back at it at least every other night here during the week, so. God, what did we miss, though? We did talk for a minute about Pam Bondi, right? Is that her name? Pam Bondage? Saying that there's videos, something about Epstein. I don't know if she said Trump, but whatever. And then Patel telling Joe Rogan that there wasn't. Anyways, Trump is a rapist, pedophile, insurrectionist, coup staging, witness tampering, crime syndicate creating, fucking dildo. Yeah, am I right? I am. All right, you guys be good. I'll see you soon, okay? Peace and love. TV2 out like a motherfucker. Found what I was looking for all of this time. It was always right here in front of my eyes. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. What I was. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found it. She said I finally found what I was looking for. You and I been